deck has the potential to be as big as the galaxy. As long as you plan out every single one of your details down to the very last photon, I think that this deck is really good. The ability to spam XC monsters, rank 8 monsters to your side of the field as if they were Link monsters, all because of the new Galaxy Eye Soul Flare Dragon, is really powerful. You couple that with the fact that it can make negation ores that if your opponent doesn't take care of, then you're going to be OTKing or destroying most of their life points on the next following turn. I think this deck is really powerful. The ability to set up these boards are insane, and in this video I'm going to show you how. I'm TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, then go and destroy that subscribe button. But more importantly, go ahead and hit that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. I also want to give a special thanks to every single one of my Patreons. Without you guys, videos like this would not be possible. Also, a mad shout out to Parsa for requesting this deck for his Patreon reward. So if you guys happen to have a deck that you would like for me to personally do, well, Patreon is a good way to not only support your favorite content creator, but get a deck profile that you guys want. Also, before I get into this video, another shout out to my guys at Hubbub Gaming. They actually made it possible for me to be able to get some of these hard to get cards, and I really do appreciate them. Without further ado, I present to you a competitive Galaxy Eyes deck profile for this format, and yes, it's really good. Okay guys, so before you space out on what this deck can do, I want to show you guys the quick stats. I think that Galaxy Photon is a very, very powerful deck, and I think that its ceiling would be probably a regional level event, but I would not be surprised if it took a couple of tops. Why don't I give it that YCS mention? Because I think that the deck is a little inconsistent at times. The ability to put 2 negates on the board is easy, but to put 3 disruptions on the board on a consistent basis, it's not so easy. Nonetheless, I think that it's a very powerful deck, still a really good deck, and a fun deck to play. Let's not talk about that price tag though, because it's rather expensive, even though I will give you guys a little bit of budget options to help you along the way. In my humble opinion, if you guys have not already had a Galaxy Eyes Photon core, I'd probably be choosing another tier 2 like deck to compete with. But let's start about with the monsters so I can get you better acclimated to the cards that I play and how to play the deck effectively. Starting off with the monsters, we run 3 copies of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Now, do not run anything less than 3 copies of this awesome card. Why? Because there are a lot of monster effects that require you to have him specifically or to have him as a material to gain additional effects. He is really good, and he actually has some pretty decent summoning conditions. Being able to banish 2 monsters with 2000 attack actually allows you to get rid of Link monsters to summon them effectively with ease. He's very good, and he can get rid of opponents' monster threats. 3 copies of Galaxy Knight. This card is amazing. Now you can normal summon him by controlling a Photon or Galaxy monster on your side of the field, and when you do, you can target one Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon in your graveyard, special summon it to your side of the field. He is great for easy access to rank 8s. Now there are some questions about 3 of him. He isn't the best card to open up with unless you open a way to get Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon to your graveyard, and you could drop him to 2, but I like him at 3 because he is probably the best normal summon in the deck outside of Galaxy Knight, the only normal summon, and the ability to provide free rank 8s is not something I like to pass up on. Only 1 copy of Galaxy Brave. This guy can be a level 8, a level 4, or a level 5 monster when you need it. He's excellent at substituting his level and his attack based on your needs, but he does require a lot of setting up, which is why I only run 1 copy. We followed up with 3 copies of Galaxy Soldier. This guy is amazing, setting up for your rank 5 plays, your Cyber Dragon Infinity, but more importantly, this card has the most utility in this deck outside of any other deck that abuses him because half of your monsters are Galaxy, meaning that he can retrieve those cards too. Next is 3 copies of Galaxy Wizard. This guy is amazing, allowing you to search Galaxy cards from your deck to your hand, as well as making him level 8. Never was so powerful before outside of the Galaxy Photon deck, my apologies. But he's just really good. He is your other normal summon inside of the deck, so I only run 6. And the ability to just get whatever you need is really good. Next is 3 copies of Photon Orbital. Now, Galaxy Wizard and Photon Orbital create a 1.5 card combo when you can search and as well have a Soul Flare Dragon on your side of the field for free. It's awesome. But Photon Orbital is very mandatory. I feel that you have to play 3 of them because his effect is just too good to skip up. Not only does it give one of your Photon or Galaxy monsters 500 attack, and I believe prevents it from being destroyed by battle. Actually, I don't really even I don't even use that effect. The best effect is that you can send it to the graveyard to add one Photon or Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand, so it's another search card that the deck so desperately needed. We followed that up with 2 copies of Photon Thrasher, just another great monster to summon to our side of the field with the Photon name, and also has 2100 attack, so it also is a Soul Flare food, as well as Photon Dragon food. Next is 2 copies of Photon Thrasher, only 2 copies. I didn't think I needed 3, but he's still really good. You can summon him by controlling a Photon or Galaxy monster, and then add Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your deck to your hand. The fact that he is restricted to just Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon was the reason why I dropped him to 2. There are so many ways to search Photon Dragon. I think he's powerful, just not mandatory. And then lastly, or that's it for the Galaxy of Photon monsters. We do play quite a bit of hand traps, and don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, for the people that can't afford hand traps, we do come with some options. 2 copies of Ghost Belle, probably one of the best hand traps in the game now. Prevents special summoning from the graveyard, just has so many interactions with the FTK, really powerful. 2 copies of Ash Blossom, one of the best generic hand traps, or probably the best generic hand trap in the game, because it prevents so many searching, so many special summons from the deck, and just so many other niche cards that are probably in any given rogue deck. 2 copies of Droll Lock, really good at preventing the opponent from searching. If you ask me, it's one of the secret cards that could prevent Danger Dark World from FTKing, because they need to add certain cards from the deck to their hand so they can start comboing off, and it's just really good against search heavy decks. And then 2 copies of Droll Lock. Now I decided to run 8 hand traps because this deck, it doesn't have a hard time going second, but these hand traps make going second so much easier because you only have to deal with the broken board, something that this Galaxy deck can do very well. Now, for the people that can't afford the Ghost Bells, DD Crows, Effect Veilers, Ghost Ogres are still pretty decent options for you guys, so don't get discouraged just by seeing the hand traps. Get discouraged by this card's initial price point, or the deck's initial price point, because it's out of this galaxy, this solar system. But that's it for the puns right there. The hand traps, we do run 8. You could drop 2 for a super secret spicy tech that I'm going to show you guys at the end of the video. For the spells, 3 copies of Galaxy Expedition. This is a card that I actually wanted to drop to 2, and I don't think I would miss. He requires a level 5 or higher Galaxy or Photon monster uses effect, and it does get you a free monster, but this extender is a once per turn extender, and I feel like I could be playing other extenders that could. Nonetheless, this card is actually really good for getting out your rank 8 and rank 5 plays to your side of the field, so that's why I opted to run it at 3, even though despite the fact that you can only use 1 once per turn. 3 copies of Photon Sanctuary. This card is nutty good. The ability to have Galaxy Eye Soul Flare Dragon to your side of the field for practically free, and the only restriction is that you can only summon light monsters for the rest of the turn. That's not a restriction, ladies and gentlemen. This deck is pure light, so it does not matter. 2 copies of Called by the Grave. This card is awesome for preventing your opponent from hand traps. And then we run 4 one-ofs. 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army, 1 copy of Scoob Charge. This card's a free win. 1 copy of Excel Light, and 1 copy of Galaxy Trance. The Excel Light is basically a 4th copy of Galaxy Wizard. I wouldn't play more than 1. I don't think you need more than 1. It just feels odd to play more than 1 copy of this card. And you can't normal summon or set, so it does turn off your Photon Knight. Your Galaxy Trance, it's a pretty good card. Even though it does restrict you to summon only Photon and Galaxy monsters for the turn, it gets you 2 monsters to your side of the field, makes them 2000 attack, and get you some really good plays going. Now, that is it for the spells and the main board. 28 monsters, 12 spells. The extra deck, we run 3 copies of Galaxy Eye Soul Flare Dragon. I would not run Hippo Shinigan over a copy of him, just because he's just so powerful, allowing you to recur a resource from your graveyard and give you disruption for an opponent's special summon monster. He is amazing, and the only link monster we run into the game, and you can get away with it. You actually could run Summon Sorceress and all that other jazz, but I just didn't find reason to need it. He is the only guy that I've needed. 2 copies of number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, the best rank 8 in the deck, mainly because he can not only negate monster activations, he can also search you a Photon or Galaxy card and even add it to your hand or attach it to him as a material, so he's pretty good. 1 copy of Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. This guy actually negates all monsters on the field, or all card effects on the field. He's allowed to attack twice if a monster effect is activated in that battle step, and it more importantly allows us to play that super secret spicy tech for free. 1 copy of number 62 Galaxy Eyes Prime Dragon. Now, I don't run Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon because Dark Matter does allow you to attack all your opponent's monsters, but that's pretty much it. And Summon Effect doesn't do anything. Prime Dragon makes himself so he can attack over almost any monster in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, and if you pair him up with any other X-Seed monster, he gets pretty strong. Also, you pair that with the ability that he can bring himself back, right? As well, yeah, he's the one that can bring himself back. He is stupid insane. Now we run a couple of overlay monsters, one Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Dragon and one Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, and I felt that these cards were more optimal than Dark Matter, mainly because they get you free destructions and pretty big monsters in their own right. One copy of Hope Harbinger, this guy's nutty good, generic, rank 8. And then Felgrand Dragon I felt was really powerful, mainly because of the fact, that Felgrand is a monster that can prevent a monster from being unaffected, but sometimes you actually need that detach to get a Photon Dragon in your graveyard. One copy of Cyber Dragon Nova and Cyber Dragon Infinity for the Infinity package. Constellar Pleiades is probably the second best generic light requirement, rank 5, allowing you to bounce cards, and sometimes it's better than Infinity. And then lastly is one Star Liege Photon Blast Dragon. You need to manipulate your Photon monsters to your side of the field, and he does it really, really well. That is it for the extra deck. I have quite the few other side deck cards to talk about. I'm just going to kind of blaze through them. Helionopolis, good choice. This is actually an out. Your Star Liege Paladino is actually an out to Thunder Dragon Colossus, so I considered it. Hippo Shinigami if you guys want to make more links. The Mech Knight engine I will talk about a little later, but I did like that this could have searched World Legacy Succession, which is an extender. I didn't think Cypher Dragon was great because while it did snatch your opponent's monster, nobody cares. Like, Mind Control's at 3. You have Photon Hand in this deck. You could play it, but I don't because nobody cares about snatching opponent's monsters anymore. Star Liege Lord Galaxion allows you to spell summon Photon Dragon from your deck. It didn't seem bad. Durandal is really good for a Droll Lock. If your opponent searches, you shuffle their deck and you Droll Lock them. You make them basically Trickstar Reincarnation them. And then Crusadia Equimax can be an OTK card. If you summon 2 of your big daddies under him, he can get really powerful, which could be enough for swing for a game by himself. That is it for the additional options. Now, some other main board options that you guys I want to talk about is Monster Reborn and World Legacy Succession. Those are just extenders. I wanted to cut a Galaxy Expedition for a Monster Reborn, but I later decided that Expedition was a card that was just really busted, and I wanted to keep the Expedition over the Reborn. Guardian of Order was amazing in testing, and then there were times where it was absolute trash, mainly because it's an additional level 8 monster, and sometimes you don't always hit for 8s. Nonetheless, I do think I would probably drop a Galaxy Knight for 1 copy of it, just 1. I think that would be a solid spot. I'm not even going to talk about this card. It's not good. Just don't run it. The super secret spicy check is Tracheon Transmigration. All you have to do is control a Galaxy Eyes monster, and you can negate the activation of opponent's spell and trap cards in the entire chain. And if you control number 107 on your field, you can activate this card from your hand. I was extremely tempted to play this card. At very worst, I think I will side it for when I know I'm going first. Or I know I can make Tachion for free, and then have this card to just disrupt my opponent and completely mess them over really bad, because this card is extremely powerful. Another engine that you guys could play are the Mech Knight monsters, and I didn't like the Mech Knight monsters for this particular reason. This isn't a going second deck. This deck can go first, and you want to take advantage of putting 2 or 3 negates on your board and prevent your opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Negation boards have never been more powerful now than ever before, especially since a lot of tier 1 decks don't play any hand traps to stop you, so setting up a good negation board might just win you the game. The next thing is that you can't play these cards going first. Like, Invoked Mech Knight has a good time at playing it. They put a monster in the extra mon zone, they set a card face down, they summon their Mech Knight. These cards don't have that interaction, and you have to play other cards to make that interact well. And then when you want to add to it, the worst thing about them is that they don't like do anything other than make your Galaxy Eyes, where was that monster? The Galaxy Eyes Soul Flare Dragon, which can be made with a Photon lead. So it's like, or not a Photon lead, but a Photon, the spell card. Why do I keep forgetting these cards' names? Photon Sanctuary. So it's like, you could play them. You can play other links. You can play whatever you guys want to if you ask me, but I just didn't think they were great inside of here. They definitely deserve their own build. That is it for the monsters and the extra deck. Let me show you guys some insane combos that I know you will love. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, combo number 1 is fun. At first I thought it was a 1-card combo, just Galaxy Wizard, but no, you actually need a Photon monster. in your graveyard. Actually, you don't even need the Photon, you don't even need the Galaxy Wizard. The only thing you need is Galaxy Trance and Photon Orbital in your graveyard. But for all intents and purposes, this card is a 3-of, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this. Excuse me. Summon the Galaxy Wizard, use this effect to tribute itself, add the Galaxy Trance from your deck to your hand, and then activate Galaxy Trance, special summoning Photon Orbital to your side of the field, and then also special summon another copy of Galaxy Wizard. Now their effects are negated, but their attack is 2000, so now you can use these two monsters for a link summon into your Galaxy Eye Soul Flare Dragon, triggering its effect to add your Photon Orbital. Use the Photon Orbital, attach it to the Galaxy Eye Soul Flare, and congratulations, you can use Orbital's effect to gain a free search, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Basically a 1.5 card combo that will get you guys a free search. So I thought it was pretty awesome to mention. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna amp it up just a little bit with a 4-card combo. This is insane. You're gonna need Photon Sanctuary, Galaxy Knight, Galaxy Photon Dragon, and Galaxy Soldier, or any way to search your Photon Dragon. To be honest with you guys, it does not matter. You're gonna start off by activating Galaxy Soldier, pitching the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon to your deck to add another copy of Galaxy Soldier. Then you're gonna use your Photon Sanctuary's effect, special summoning 2 tokens to your side of the field. Use those 2 tokens for a link summon into your Galaxy Eyes Soul Flare Dragon, triggering its effect to add Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your graveyard to your hand. Use Galaxy Soldier's effect again, discarding the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon to special summon the Soldier, and then both of these monsters for a link or an exit summon into your Cyber Dragon Nova, and then your Cyber Dragon Infinity. You're not gonna follow up with anything else other than normal summoning your Galaxy Knight and using its ability to special summon your Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon to your side of the field, using both of those monsters for an exit summon into your number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. So you're gonna have 2 negates if you somehow manage to have another copy or a way to recur your Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. You can actually have 3 disruptions: the ability to disrupt the special summon monster through Soul Flare, a negation through Infinity, a search, and actually you can just use him to search this, but you know, we're not even gonna talk about that. So regardless, you can get these 3: a negation, a search, and a destruction, all off of this little card combo. I really do love how this deck plays. Okay, so the next combo is a 3-card combo, but in case you guys can't read, I just want to say, let's get this video to 250 likes for that live duel. My Patreons, you guys will have a live duel exclusively to you guys. So you have the opportunity for 2 live duels. And let's actually start off with this combo. It's going to require you to special summon Photon Thrasher first, and then special summon your Photon Vanisher, using its effect to add Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your deck to your hand. Next, you are going to use both these monsters for an exit summon into your Starliege Photon Blast Dragon, using its ability to special summon the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your hand to your side of the field. Use both the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon and the Photon Blast Dragon for a link summon into your Galaxy Eye Soul Flare Dragon, using its ability to add, I guess it doesn't really matter, any monster. I'm going to add the Photon Vanisher back from my graveyard to my hand. Now, I still haven't committed my normal summon, so I can actually normal summon the Galaxy Knight to special summon the Photon Dragon and use both of these monsters for an exit summon into number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. During my opponent's turn, I can use the ability of Photon Lord to add Photon Prime or Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, so Soul Flare can activate its effect for a disruption, and I can still have a negation disruption on my side of the field, as well as 2 cards in my hand off of that little 3-card combo. Now, the last combo I'm going to show you guys is more or less of the exact same combo I showed you in the first sequence, but it's just to show you how this deck can do it in multiple ways. It's going to require a Photon Sanctuary, Galaxy Photon Dragon, Galaxy Expedition this time, and Galaxy Soldier. The first thing you were going to do is discard the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon to special summon the Galaxy Soldier to your side of the field, using its ability to add another copy of Galaxy Soldier, or not, I'm sorry, not Galaxy Soldier, add the copy of Galaxy Knight from your deck to your hand. Use the effect of Galaxy Expedition to special summon your second copy of Galaxy Soldier to your side of the field, and then follow up with the effects of Photon Sanctuary, giving you 2 tokens to your side of the field. Now, use both of these tokens for a link summon into your Galaxy Eye Soul Flare Dragon. This time around, if you guys have any other Galaxy or Photon Monster in your graveyard, go ahead and add it. You cannot add Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon with this combo sequence, but it does give you a little bit more pop, because then you guys can add any other card from your graveyard or any other monster that you have used previously this turn from your graveyard. Go ahead and normal summon your Galaxy Knight, spell summoning your Photon Dragon to your side of the field, using both of these monsters as XC material into, guess what? Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, you won't believe the monster that you're going to summon, your number 90 Galaxy Photon Dragon, and then you can follow up by using the remaining 2 monsters for an XC summon into your Infinity package, which is essentially giving you guys the exact same board. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like and let us know that you guys want to see that live duel of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys having a great day like I am.